And in this memory, is it day or night? Very good. And what's happening in this memory?
I'm young.
You're young. Very good. And how old are you here?
About 6.
6. And what's happening here?
I'm playing with my sister.
Playing with your sister. Is that Laura?
Yeah.
Very good. And what are you playing with, Laura?
I'm playing with this like dance mat thing we had.
Playing with the dance mat. Okay, so what's happening here when you're playing with this dance mat with Laura?
We're just loving it. Just playing with it.
You're just playing with it. Okay, and what happens next?
I don't do it right.
You don't do it right.
No.
Who says you don't do it right?
Me.
You. And what happens when you don't do it right?
I lose it.
You lose. And how does that make you feel?
Angry, annoyed.
Angry and annoyed. And why does it matter that you've lost in this moment?
I just haven't got it right.
Because you just haven't got it right. Okay. So, when you haven't got it right, and you're feeling angry, and you're feeling annoyed, what are your emotional reactions to this?
Disappointed.
Disappointed. And when you're feeling disappointed, what are your physical reactions?
Hit out.
You hit out. Okay, and when you're feeling disappointed and that you're hitting out, what are your mental reactions?
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Okay. And now I just want you to look at your life now as an adult Claire and just see how these disappointment, feelings, anger, feeling not good enough, how is this affecting you in your life now?
I feel like no matter what I do, it's not good enough.
Feel like no matter what you do, it's not good enough. Okay. And when you feel like no matter what you do, it's not good enough, what does this prevent you from doing?
Enjoying.
Prevents
the
you.
moment.
Prevents you from enjoying the moment. Okay. So when you have these feelings of anger and disappointment and feeling as though you want to hit out, where do you think that you keep these emotions in your body?
My stomach.
In your stomach. Very good. Okay. So going back to this time when you're 6 and you're playing with Laura and you don't do it right, what does Laura say?
I've ruined it because I've had a mood.
You've ruined it because you've had a mood. Okay, so Laura's about 9 here. Okay, so these feelings that you have, this anger, this disappointment, feeling that you're not good enough, these are feelings from a 6-year-old that has been playing a game with her sister and obviously lost the game. But this is a 6-year-old that doesn't know how to rationalise with her feelings and her thoughts. But you've carried these thoughts and feelings on throughout into your adult life. When you said that you keep these emotions in your stomach,
Yeah.
can we remove these emotions today?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on your chest, on your shoulder, and what I want you to do is just remove all of these from your tummy and just move it all the way up into my hand, and just let me know when that's done.
Yeah.
Very good. And now, what would you like to put back in there?
Proud of myself.
Very good. To be proud of yourself in your tummy and in your mind. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Grateful.
Be grateful in your mind as well. Very good. So now in this memory of Laura, what happens next?
We both get told off.
You both get told off. And why do you get told off?
For arguing.
For arguing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to move to another memory from the past. It can be in this life or another life, wherever it is you need to go today. 3. Going back in time. 2. Going back to another memory. And 1. You're there now. For the next significant memory, just allow yourself to remember. You can use all of your senses. And in this memory, is it day or night? Evening. And what's happening in this memory?
I'm trying to do sit-ups.
You're trying to do sit-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's happening here when you're trying to do sit-ups?
My mum stops me.
Your mum stops you. And why does she stop you?
Because I'm making myself ill.
because you're making yourself ill. Okay, and how old are you here?
15.
15. And what happens next when your mum tries to stop you?
I refuse. Carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So she sits on me to stop me.
Mm. And then what happens?
I lose it because in my head I'll have to do them all again.
Mm. And did you say that to your mum?
Yeah.
And what did your mum say?
I'm gonna kill myself if I carry on.
And how does that make you feel when she says that?
I didn't care.
You didn't care?
No.
Did you think that you could kill yourself if you carried on?
Yeah.
Did you care about that?
No.
Okay. And what happens next when you lose it?
We have a big argument.
And what are you saying?
She just says she can't cope with me anymore.
Mm. And how does that make you feel when she says that?
Angry.
Angry. And when you're feeling angry in this experience, what's the most difficult part of this experience?
Knowing that I'll have to do them all over again.
Knowing that you have to do them over again. Okay. And when you feel like you're angry and you know that you have to do these sit-ups over again, what are your physical reactions?
Just angry.
Just angry. And what are your emotional reactions?
Upset.
Upset.
Shameful.
Shameful. And what are your mental reactions?
Confused why she stopped me.
Confused why she stopped you. Okay. And now just look at your life, your adult life. How are these feelings of anger, upset, shame, how are these affecting you in your life now? Or what is that making you do in your life?
Never really enjoy food.
Never really enjoy food.
Scared to be seen as fat.
Scared to be seen as fat. And when you feel like you can't enjoy food and you're scared to be seen as fat, what does that prevent you from doing?
Enjoying some time with Seb.
Enjoying time with Seb. Okay. Now we're just going back to that moment when you're trying to do your sit-ups, your mum stops you, and then you're feeling confused why she stopped you. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. I want to speak to your mum. 3, 2, and 1. Debbie, Why have you stopped Claire from doing sit-ups? You can communicate through Claire now.
She's gonna kill herself.
She's gonna kill herself. Why would she kill herself if she's doing sit-ups?
She doesn't eat.
She doesn't eat. Does she know that you feel like this?
Yeah.
Does she understand about not eating?
Yeah.
Okay. And how does this make you feel when she's doing this? Not eating and sit-ups?
Worried.
Worried. And is there anything you want to say to Claire at the moment when she's feeling like this? No. Is there anything that you want to tell her about the way that she looks?
No.
No. Okay. So Claire, your mum is worried because you're not eating and because you're doing loads of sit-ups and exercise. She's worried that you'll kill yourself. When you're doing all these sit-ups and you're not eating, do you worry that you might die?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you're doing these sit-ups and this not eating, what's more worrying, that you're going to look like you've eaten or that you're going to die?
Do I look like I've eaten?
That's more worrying that you're going to die.
Yeah.
Okay. And why do you feel like this about not eating and about doing loads of sit-ups?
Comments. Comparing myself to others.
Hmm. And when you compare yourself to others, what are the thoughts that go through your mind when you're comparing yourself to them?
I'll never be as skinny as them.
But when you look at your body, can you not see that you're, in fact, more skinny than them?
No.
Can you see the bones in your body?
No.
No, but can you see that you are thin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But these people that you're comparing yourself to, you think that they're thinner than you?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is thin beautiful to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you look at other people that are bigger? Do you think that when you look at them, could you see them as beautiful as well? Or is it only thin people? Is it the body or is it the face or?
Mainly body.
Okay. Does it make you happy to do this?
No.
No. What do you think would make you happy?
Just being normal.
Being normal. And when you say normal, what do you mean by normal?
Not being able to eat, but still being skinny.
Okay. So we're going to go back. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to go back to a time where these comments started to affect you. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to go back to that time. 3. Move in there now. Through time and space. 2. And 1. So what's happening in this memory?
I'm in school.
You're in school. And how old are you here?
About 13.
13. And what's happening?
I'm in French class.
In French class.
It's at the table. We start talking on the table. And a boy says how hot my sister is. And why can't you be hot and skinny like her?
And when he said that to you, how did that make you feel?
Disgusting.
Okay, and what is this boy's name?
Ryan.
Ryan. And what does Ryan look like?
Average.
Just an average boy.
Skinny.
And what's your relationship with Ryan? Is he just a friend or?
Just a boy in the class.
Just a boy in the class. Okay. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I want to speak to Ryan. 3, 2, and 1. Ryan. Thank you for the connection. You can speak through Claire. When you said to Claire, why can't she be like her sister? What did you mean by that?
Skinny and tall.
Skinny and tall. So what's Claire?
Short and chubby.
Short and chubby. Why does it matter if Claire is not like her sister? It doesn't matter. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah.
And what do your siblings look like? Like you or not?
Tall and skinny.
And what are you?
Tall and skinny.
Okay. So would it matter if you were short and chubby? Or would it matter if your brother or sister was short and chubby?
No.
No. And can you imagine what effect that this might have on Claire when she's older, or as she's growing up?
Yeah.
So why would you say a thing like that? Did you want to hurt Claire?
It was just a joke.
Oh, it was just a joke. But how do you know that Claire's going to take it as a joke?
I can't.
No. Is there anything that you want to say to Claire?
I'm sorry. I don't remember saying it.
Thank you. Claire? Did you hear that Ryan said that he's sorry and he didn't remember saying it and it was just a joke?
Yeah.
Now, Claire, what I want you to do is I want you to look at Ryan, and I want you to see in that moment, did Ryan take away any of your energy?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he give you some of his energy?
No.
No. What I want you to do is I want you to take that back from Ryan now and tell him that he can't have it, it's yours. And I want you to complete yourself, put it back in your body, and just let me know when that's done.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. We're going back now to another memory. Another memory that's affecting you in your life now. Counting from 3 to 1. 3. Going back through time and space to the next significant memory. A memory that's affecting you in your life now. 2. And 1. And what's happening in this memory?
At home.
You're at home. What else is happening?
My parents are around.
Your parents are out?
Out round our house.
Round your house. Okay, what happens next?
We're sitting in the lounge with Blue.
What else happens?
My parents are judging me.
They're judging you. What are they judging you about?
Just making comments about how I raised Blue.
And how old is Blue at this point?
3 months.
3 months old. And what are they saying? Your parents?
Just joking about how he probably hasn't had a bottle for 10 hours and I didn't realise.
And why are they saying that?
They think I'm too laid back.
Okay. And when they're saying those things to you, what are your emotional reactions?
I'm annoyed.
You're annoyed. And what are your physical reactions?
None. I just let them say it.
You just let them say it.
They act like it's a joke.
And what are your emotional reactions? Your mental reactions, sorry.
Feeling like I still never be good enough for him.
Never be good enough. Okay. And how does this affect you in your life now, as Claire, in the current day, when you feel like you're just letting them say it, you're acting as though it's a joke, and you don't stop them from saying it. You're feeling as though you'll never be good enough.
I feel weak.
And feel weak. And what does this prevent you from doing when you're feeling weak?
Being proud of what I've done.
Being proud of what you've done. Okay. So I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I want to speak to Debbie again. 3, 2, 1. Debbie. When you're here with Claire and Blue is 3 months old, and you're just joking around, you say he probably hasn't had a bottle for 10 hours or something like that, just making comments. Why are you saying that?
I think Claire's not very responsible.
You think Claire's not very responsible? Okay. What makes you think she's not responsible?
She's just let us down in her life.
She's let you down. And how has she let you down?
By being naughty as a child.
By being naughty as a child.
Never sticking at jobs.
Never sticking at jobs. But Claire's not a child now. She's a grown up. She's an adult, and she now has a baby of her own. So she's not a child being naughty. She's an adult taking care of her child. How do you think that this might affect Claire by saying something like she probably hasn't fed him for 10 hours?
She knows we're joking.
But she doesn't know you're joking.
She's taking it personally.
Yeah, because you're making a personal comment about her.
Yeah.
So how do you think that might make her feel when she's older or growing up or looking after Blue?
Not good enough.
Yeah. And obviously her feeling not good enough, that's going to make her decision making process different when she feels like she's not good enough to do things. Did you mean to make her feel that way?
No.
No. Is there anything you want to say to Claire now?
No.
No. You don't want to say that it was just a joke?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say that, she's listening.
It was just a joke.
Do you want to apologise for any of that? Any of the things that you said that you were just joking about and didn't realise that she would take personally?
No.
No. Okay. And why don't you want to apologise?
She knows we're joking.
She does now, but she didn't then. And it's affected her. It's affected her mental health. And it's affected her decision making process. Would you like to think of your daughter as being ill or affected by something that you'd said?
No.
No. Maybe you could just give Claire a hug.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you like to apologise to her?
Yeah.
Okay. You can say that.
I'm sorry.
Claire, your mum said that she thought that you knew she was joking. And she's apologised. Did you hear her?
Yeah.
And she wants to give you a hug. Can you hug?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say to your mum?
No.
No. Do you forgive her?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, Claire, I just want you to look at your mum. And I just want you to notice in that moment, did your mum take any of your energy from you?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to ask for that back. Excuse me. I want you to ask for that back now. Just take it all the way back. And just let me know when you have it.
Yeah.
Very good. And did you give any of your energy to your mom?
Yeah.
Did she give you any of her energy?
No.
No. Very good. And in that moment, did your dad take any of your energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just take your energy back from your dad and just tell him that he can no longer have it. It's yours and you want it back. And just let me know when you've got that back. Very good. And did he give you any of his energy?
No.
No. Very good. Okay. So now, when you're there, and your parents have come round to see Blue, I want you to see this experience now. Can you see it in a new way?
Yeah.
Okay. And with these emotions and these feelings of never being good enough and being weak and not being proud of things that you've done, where do you think you keep these in your body?
In my head.
In your head. So what I want you to do is I want you to remove these now. But first, do these have a texture?
Yeah, spiky.
Spiky. And a colour?
Black.
Black. Okay, very good. So I want you to just remove all of this spiky, black, all of it from your mind. And you can do this however you need to. And just let me know when that's done. Very good. And what would you like to put back in there?
Proud.
Being proud. Very good. Anything else?
Self-love.
Self-love. Very good. And do you have a colour that you'd like to put in there too?
White.
White. Just filling that space up with that beautiful white. Self-love and being proud of yourself for all of the amazing things that you've done. And just let me know when that's done.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So now, just allow yourself to relax even more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to go to the next significant memory. 3. Moving through time and space. 2. Going to the next significant memory. And 1. You're there now. Just allow yourself to take everything in. Just remembering. And what's happening in this memory?
I'm at the fair.
You're at the fair. And how old are you here?
About 5.
About 5, very good. And who's with you?
My parents and my sister.
And what's happening here?
I can't choose what ride I want to go on.
You can't choose what ride you want to go on. And what happens next?
I took too long deciding, so my parents said I'm not going on any.
Okay. And what happens next?
We start walking back to the car and I'm screaming.
And then what happens?
I can't calm down.
And what happens next?
I get in the car
Mm-hmm.
and they shout at me. I'm still screaming and crying.
And what happens?
I go home and get sent to my room.
And what happens after that?
I just stay in my room crying.
Okay. Did your sister get to go on any rides?
She chose.
How many rides did she go on?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. But you were still choosing and you couldn't choose. Okay. So back in that moment, when you're feeling like you couldn't choose, what was the most difficult part of that moment when you felt like you couldn't choose?
I just wanted to make the right decision.
You wanted to make the right decision. And when you feel like you wanted to make the right decision, why would you not make the right decision? What would be factors into not making a right decision?
It not being as good as what I thought it'd be.
Yeah, not living up to your expectations. Okay. How many rides did you get to go on? Or would you have got to go on if you'd have chose?
1.
Just 1. Okay. Obviously, at that time you were 5 years old and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know how each ride is going to be if you've never been on them. And you also wouldn't know that it doesn't really matter which ride because you probably enjoy it anyway because you're 5.
Yeah.
But when you're making this decision, or you can't make this decision because you're not sure if you're going to enjoy it. Where did this feeling, this thought process come from?
I don't know.
We don't know. What was holding you back apart from being undecisive about whether you'd enjoy it or not? Was it just that?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were deciding, or couldn't decide which ride, what were your parents saying to you?
Just choose one, hurry up.
Okay. So when you're feeling as though you can't choose a ride, what did you say that the worst part about that was? The most difficult part?
Worried I'd pick the wrong one.
Worried you'd pick the wrong one. When you're feeling worried that you'd pick the wrong ride, what are your physical reactions?
Distressed.
Stressed. And when you're feeling stressed, what are your emotional reactions?
Get more annoyed with myself because I can't choose.
More annoyed at yourself. And what are your emotional reactions?
Let myself down.
Let yourself down. And now when you're feeling stressed and just feeling like you're more and more annoyed at yourself and that you're letting yourself down, how is that affecting you in your life now as an adult?
Worried I'm going to make the wrong choices.
Worried you'll make the wrong choices.
Doubting the choices I do make.
And doubting the choices you make. Okay. And what does this worrying about the choices that you make and not being able to make choices, what does this prevent you from doing in this life, in this age?
Pushing myself.
Pushing yourself. Okay. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I want to speak to Gary. 3, 2, and 1. Hi Gary. Thank you for the connection. You can speak through Claire. So you're at the fair with Claire and Laura and Debbie. Claire's 5 and she can't make a decision to go on a ride. She's getting wound up, anxious about making a decision to go on a ride. What's happening there?
She's taking too long. She does this a lot.
And when you look at Claire, just look at her now. I want you to put your hands on her shoulders and just look into her eyes. Can you see what's happening to Claire when you actually look into her eyes?
No.
No. What's happening to Claire is that she's anxious. She can't make a decision. She needs a little bit of help. Did you try and help Claire make a decision on which ride?
No.
No. And why didn't you help?
Because it was her decision to make.
Yeah, but she's only 5. And she's probably, feeling overwhelmed by all the rides. There's quite a lot going on at a fair for a 5-year-old. There's obviously lights, music, noise from other children, all the rides. And she needs to make a decision as to which ride she wants to go on. But she's only 5. Do you think that she might have needed a little bit of help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But then when she couldn't make the decision, what did you say?
You'll go on none then.
Pardon?
You go on none.
You go on none. But in that situation, obviously looking at it from a different point of view now, Claire's older, you're older, she's not a 5-year-old anymore. If you look back, that's just your little girl, 5 years old, feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit anxious, doesn't really know how to make a decision. Can you see that saying that she then can't go on a ride might have not necessarily been the right thing to have said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you just want to say to Claire, 5-year-old Claire?
No.
No. You don't want to let her know that it's okay, that she can't make a decision?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And just to reassure her that it's okay, that she's feeling overwhelmed and that you're there to support her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to give Claire a hug now? 5-year-old Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, very good. So Claire, you can see that from what your dad said, he didn't realise how you were feeling. He's just a parent that thinks that you're, defying him or taking a long time, but he couldn't understand that you were a bit overwhelmed or a bit, you had a bit of, you couldn't make a decision, and it's not like you were doing it on purpose, you just couldn't do it, You needed a bit of extra help. Unfortunately, obviously he's probably got other things to do, not Anna, they've got to get home, and it feels like that the child is just making it awkward.
Yeah.
So obviously he's just wanted to give you a big hug and to let you know that it's okay. It's okay that you couldn't make that decision. And I just want you to notice in that moment when you were there and you couldn't make this decision, did your mum or dad take any of your energy?
No.
No. Did you take any of their energy?
No.
No. Or how about your sister? Did she take any of your energy?
No.
No. And she didn't give you any of hers?
No.
Very good. Okay. Looking back now, obviously as an adult, looking back to that 5-year-old self, what do you take from that when you were there and you couldn't make that decision?
Just enjoy whichever.
Yeah. That's it, because sometimes we don't know what we're going to feel like when we do something, but if we do it, then we've had an experience, good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I'd like you to do is I just want you to just imagine your body, and I just want you to shine a bright white light over your whole body. And I just want you to let me know if you can see any dark patches or any shadows, or if your whole body is shining a bright white light.
Over my head.
Dark patch or shadow over your head?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I just want you to let it express itself. 3, 2, 1. Hello, thank you for the connection. You can express yourself now. How long have you been with Claire for?
My whole life.
Her whole life. Okay. And when did you actually become to be with Claire? At what point?
When she was about 3.
When she was about 3, very good. And do you know how your body died?
No.
No. You can't remember?
No.
No. Okay. What was happening to Claire when she was 3?
She was in nursery.
She was in nursery, yeah.
And someone said she had fat legs.
Somebody said she had fat legs when she was 3 years old.
Yeah.
In nursery. Okay. And then why did you become to be with Claire?
She got self-doubt, so I came.
Okay, and what did you bring for Claire?
Self-hate.
Oh, okay. Self-hate. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to count from 3 to 1. And we're going to go back to the time when you died. Okay? 3, 2, and 1. So what's happening here?
I'm not sure.
That's okay. You can use all your senses to find out. Just say what comes to mind and let yourself completely relax and go into it. What's happening?
I'm on the floor.
You're on the floor, very good. What else is happening?
I can see like fire.
You can see fire. And are you a man or a woman?
A woman.
A woman. And what do people call you?
Anne.
Anne, very good. Thank you for the connection, Anne. So you're on the floor, Anne, and you see fire. What's happening, Anne?
The house is burning.
The house is burning. And how did the house become to be on fire?
I don't know.
You don't know. And what happens next?
I can hear screaming.
You can hear screaming. And who's screaming?
My children.
Your children. And what happens next?
Are choking.
Mm-hmm.
And then I black out.
Mm. And what happens after?
I'm gonna die.
You die. Okay. So, Anne, what was the last thought on that body before you died? On that brain?
I've let my family down.
You've let your family down. Okay, Anne, what I want to do is I want to go back to the moment before you come out of the house, just before the fire started. 3, 2, and 1. You're back there now, in the house. What's happening there, Anne?
I'm cooking.
Mm-hmm.
The children are upstairs.
Mm. And how old are you there?
50.
50. Okay. And what happens next when you're cooking?
Something catches on fire.
Hmm. And what do you do?
Run.
You run. And then what happens?
The fire gets worse.
Hmm.
So I leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
But it's struggling to breathe.
Hmm. And then what happens?
I can hear the girl screaming.
Yeah.
And I'm choking.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems to be helping.
No. And what happens next?
I can't remember.
It's when you black out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Anne, when you passed away, what did you pass away from? Smoke inhalation?
Yeah.
Okay. You couldn't do anything to save your children, Anne. You couldn't breathe, you were choking, and you just got out. Is there anything you want to say to your children, Anne?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So when you become to be with Claire when she was 3, how come you didn't go to the light, Anne?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. So what I want you to do is I just want you to look at Claire's body now. And I want you to let me know. Have you caused, apart from self-doubt and self-hate that you said that you brought with you, have you caused anything to Claire, intentionally or unintentionally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what is that?
Her eating disorder.
Okay. So, as this is not Claire's, this is something that you've caused with Claire, can we remove that now?
Yeah.
Okay, Anne. What I want you to do is I want you to remove that now from Claire, wherever it is in her body, mind. And I want you to let me know when that's done.
Yeah.
Very good. And now I want you to look at your body when you're there on the floor and you've passed out. And I want you to heal that body and heal that mind. And just let me know when that's done. Very good. And now, Anne, I just want you to look around. And I just want you to let me know if you can see the light, and if you can see anybody that's come to be with you and take you to continue your journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's come for you?
No one, just a light.
Just the light. Okay, very good. So now, Anne, you can continue your journey onto the light. Thank you for your connection. And Claire, just let me know when she's gone.
She's gone.
Very good. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to look at today? Anything that we need to heal? Just notice your whole body, your mind, and just let me know.
No.
No. Okay, very good.